finishing it, I took a sacred mouthful and tipped my head back. "Fuck me," I breathed. Orla nodded, smirked, then wiped her mouth with the back of her hand before depositing the greasy remnants onto her school skirt. "Jesus, fair play," I said, eating more of it. "This is worth the stitch we'll get for sure." We were approaching the PE changing rooms by that point, so I had one last nibble and folded the other half of the bacon roll up for later, stuffing it into the side pocket of my gym bag. Orla had already finished hers. Letting out a sigh of satisfaction, she licked the corners of her mouth free of ketchup and crumpled the silver foil up into a ball, rolling it around in her palms. At the scuffed changing room door, we stopped. I couldn't bring myself to open it. Behind it, all the other girls in our year were getting ready for PE, gaggling and babbling like a bunch of pigeons. They were all far too enthusiastic for our liking. Orla stood behind me, and I turned to face her. On her ski jump nose, which was peppered with rust-coloured freckles, there was still a small dollop of ketchup. I smiled delicately. "What? What's funny?" Orla muttered. "Think you got a bit carried away there," I replied. I wiped the ketchup from her nose with the tip of my finger and licked it off my nail. We studied each other's faces, our bodies fidgeting. Orla ran her bony hand through the bottom of her copper plait, and then dropped it, linking one of her fingers with one of mine. I let the moment hang, feeling my skin tingle as she touched it. "All right then." My voice was weak. "Cross-country beckons." I started to twist towards the door, intending to finally push it open, but Orla drew me back with one small tug. I looked at her and something caught in my throat. Our faces were close now. I could feel the warmth of her breath on my lips. Orla assessed the field around us. No one to be seen. Leaning in, slowly, like a dove tilting its head, she kissed me. It was as soft as silk on the corner of my mouth. I felt her fingers adjusting my chin so that our lips met completely. They moved together like dancers. I could smell her fresh, wind-brushed skin. I could taste the salty ketchup on her tongue. As we pulled apart, my heartbeat pulsed in the pit of my stomach. Both of our faces cracked into a squirming smile. "We can't let anyone see us," I whispered. "I know, Ash," she reassured me. "I know." Chapter 2. Mutual Confession. That wasn't the first time it had happened. Orla and I had kissed once already. It had been about a week before, behind the art building. We'd ended up there after lessons, and it had just sort of happened. After that, for the whole week up until we kissed again outside the changing rooms, my palms were sweaty, and my stomach a constantly spinning merry-go-round. During the last few years of school, Orla and I had become much closer. Sure, we'd always been good mates, but something had sort of shifted. I think it was our loneliness that brought us together. We didn't have many friends, but we didn't feel we needed them. We had our books, and we had each other. By the point we had our first kiss, it had been clear to me for a while how Orla felt about me, and, I think, how I felt about her. It was kind of obvious from the way we looked at each other, from how our conversations always had some sort of subtext, or from the way we reacted when our skin brushed up against each other. Whenever we had a lesson that even touched on homosexuality, Orla would make a thing of muttering to me as we ambled through empty corridors after. "As if being gay is a sin," she'd whispered to me once as we walked. "How long ago was the Bible written anyway? I mean, catch yourself. It's the 21st century. My parents wouldn't even say that sort of thing, and they're Catholic, for God's sake. I just won't have someone tell me I can't be that." "Be what?" I'd prodded quietly. Orla had stared deep into my blue eyes. In that moment, she formed an expression.